Today we have a special guest, and that is Prem Kumar. People who don't know Prem Kumar is he has worked at a EY Pakistan as an audit supervisor for 4 years. Additionally, he has experience as a senior manager at HBL. He is also active and a content creator on LinkedIn and YouTube. Currently, he works as a manager and treasury assurance at Deloitte UK. So, welcome to the show, Prem Kumar.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
So, I'll just dive into the questions that I highlight for the conversation. So, my first question is from you, Prem Kumar, is can you share with us your journey to become a chartered accountant and how you landed your role at Deloitte in the UK?
So it's an interesting one. Back at home, if you think about like 10 years back, the obvious choices were medical or engineering, be a doctor, be an engineer. That's what I faced as well when I was trying to go for my career, like after intermediate. And then I got to know, I had no idea about chartered accountancies, but a very basics accounting, it is in demand, it pays better. So that was the initial motivation. I want to do something that pays me something and helps change the life. And that's I got to know medical is not for me. Engineering, there are no jobs out there. Like this was a perception, and it's still true. And then I went to chartered accountancy, and everything went out well. I worked in hard for it. I managed years. I got a country level distinction. I did all my exams in first attempt except one. And then I think the journey, quite hard work, really. Start was a choice for me. It's sometimes happens that people fail those tests of the universities, and this is the last resort for them. For me, it was the first choice and the last choice because I did not really do anything else. I did not go for any university admissions or any entry test or anything. It's just, I want to do it. And that's probably why I was able to kill it in the first attempt. I think from the perspective of UK or the job in UK, I'm in the treasury, so it's not a very typical audit job. I worked in EY back in Pakistan in corporate in an external audit space for 4 years. Now moving here in the treasury space is difficult because that's a different set of knowledge. For example, giving you context, in treasury we do derivatives, hedge accounting. In Pakistan, there is no concept of derivatives in the market. So landing a job in this space is always very difficult. But the knowledge of IFRS 7, 9, and a bit of luck and referrals and all these things play together. I'm always a big believer of luck. You can't do anything. You can work really hard, but if luck is not on your side, you can't do anything. And that's interplay of everything. And grateful for everything.
Yeah, I totally agree with you that the points that you highlighted is so. Prem Kumar, my next question is, what inspired you to pursue a career in accounting, and what attracted you to Deloitte specifically?
The accounting career is great. It helps you to understand the broader market. There are a lot of careers in financial space. You can talk about FRM, for example. You can talk about CFA being very specific to sort of investments or more specific to money management. And you can talk about some with taxation specific careers. The accounting, pure financial accounting brings everything together and gives you a bigger picture of everything and not just one part of accounting. You could, for example, think of the cost accounting. You are focused on the management part of it. So the financial accounting, chartered accountancy career gives you broad perspective and it gives you different way out in the future. There are a lot of industries out there. There's a lot of ways I can grow further from this stage because I know there are a lot of specialization can be done at this stage. Taxation, I can do the treasury accounting, which can do the credit, I can do separate. There's a lot of stuff, controls as well. So that helps. And I think the inspiration of accounting is always looking at the broader level, and this helps to understand. Now, if you look at home, the way trainees look at the accounting or the way articleship is done, it's not ideal because that's where you don't understand the dynamics of the business. But if I think of trainees here, they are involved from the planning and everything, so they understand the business. They start learning about the business and not just a substantive procedure. So you start learning the business from day one, whole structure, and then how you progress in that, and that helps to see what you want to do next. I think that was the inspiration overall.
Okay. I can agree with that. So the next question is, could you walk us through a typical day in your role at Deloitte, and what are your primary responsibilities and tasks? What could you walk us through a typical day? जैसे कहते हैं कि a day in the life of Prem Kumar, UK Deloitte.
Yeah. Yeah, no, every day is different. I did make a video once about my day. I think it changes from the level. I started with as an AM2 here, and then went for AM3, now manager, and hopefully senior manager short in the future as well. So it keeps changing with each grade, and your responsibilities keep changing, of course, because you. It's a great thing here that it's like AM2 level, you assume a lot of responsibilities. If we compare back to home, for example, Pakistan, that the way the AMs or managers run here and the responsibilities are different. From my perspective, Deloitte UK is a great place. I think if I was not in UK or I was a different firm, I would still say Deloitte UK is the best place in all big four firms here. And that's my experience and a lot of people experience as well. Like looking at my own day, it has a lot of flexibility. And that's a trend in UK after COVID, that the flexibility hasn't gone, which is great. Working from home thrice at least, and probably going office to office twice, and that offers me going to office at times, making sure things are fine with not too much time pressure or not too much sticking to 9 to 5 thing. And that's perfectly great in all firms. And you'll hear this from many people working in UK, that flexibility is not gone. It's there, and it's going to stick in this place. Now, what does it look like for me is, of course, starting the day and then planning the day very well. As a manager, what I'm working is with, in my team, for example, we work with a lot of clients of the firm, and I'll be working with like 10 assistant managers at a time on different engagement, like looking after 20 engagements. So that means making sure everything is in order for it to be delivered, and that means more for project management. And my probably 1/3 or half the day, most of the time, goes to meetings, calls, and that's what probably happens with manager, senior manager, director level people, that you spend at least half day talking with people, and which is fine. So most of the calls, making sure things are fine, keeping a track of things. I'm not very good person at planning or listing, because I hate putting down lists and crossing them. I know a lot of people do that, but I don't do that. I think I'm able to manage my time very well. And especially if I'm in office, then it's fun. Twice a day or twice a week in office essentially means in office we don't just want to do the work, because you are going twice only, and then there are colleagues, there are some friends as well, and you're spending time with people. It's not evident now. There's a vast difference against our culture and culture here. People start, if I talk about local people here, they start very early, they leave early, they don't waste time in between. Like us, for example, they are very much concentrated on the work, spending very less time chatting. And the people like us, even including me, we talk with each other. We spend 10, 15, 20 minutes talking with each other. And I like that, talk with people. At the same time, I have to compensate for that little late in the evening as well. So it happens, but yeah, doing my work, catching with everybody, lunch break, great lunch break in between. And then, all time calls, catch ups, and all this looks like my responsibilities are essentially leading a lot of engagements, a lot of difficult client engagements, having a lot of difficult conversations with clients, growing the team. And it's a good thing as a manager level, you grow the team, you are responsible for ensuring that the people learn and they are ready for the future to take your place. And that's a great element. Coaching is a great thing, and it's wonderful the skills you learn this space. And I think by the end of the day, typically what happens is Deloitte has a sport, not sports, but strictly an area where you can have different games. So it's usually, if you're tired in the evening, go and play table tennis. We got Xbox, PS5 as well in office. We got a great tool, just sit over there. It's all fun. I think the day looks great.
Yeah, so I can agree, and I can totally relate to it. So my next question is, for aspiring accountants considering a career at Deloitte or in the UK accounting industry, what advice would you give to them?
Yeah, I think accounting is a little concentrated industry with a lot of tech, AI coming in place, whereby those basic roles are being eliminated. If you talk about data entry, if you talk about general ledger management, those roles are being eliminated. They will be eliminated. So the future is specialization to large extent, or in a larger scale. When you are at a higher level, then you have a broader understanding. But an early career, especially when you are talking about moving internationally, I always say that nobody's going to hire you if you got understanding of 10 different things but no expertise in anything, because they don't want generic people. They want people who know things. For example, the large corporations or large companies, firms who actually hire from abroad, they have a dedicated specific department for different things. So in that department, for example, there's an accounts payable department, there's a treasury department. In that treasury department, they don't need somebody who has 10 different things understanding, but not an expert in the treasury, because they're not going to hire them. So all accountants, yes, UK is a great industry. It is, of course, not the best right now after Brexit. And a lot of companies move to Ireland, for example, a lot of companies move to Europe, and then there's a lot of demand in US as well. But still, it's a great place. A lot of companies, a lot of firms, and a lot of individuals just not come the firms, they come the industry as well in UK. It's a great place for you to be eligible here, and for you to come here. Firms are obvious target. If you got a big four top 10 firms experience, firms are the obvious targets to move across. It's very easy. In the industry, it's hard. You need to learn more. You have to compete against everybody in the world. It's a funny thing, because back home, when we are applying on different jobs, there's always competition. But if you think of UK now, you are not only competing with all those candidates, you're competing with everybody from the world at the same time. And there are very, very smart people out there in the world, and they can easily outsmart you very easily. And you need to make sure you know the future. And the future is, of course, as an accountant, knowing more data, how to play with the data, how to sell yourself. All those skills are missing in our curriculum, and that's what I know. I felt that as well when I came here in UK. Those things are missing from our curriculum. We are not taught how to talk or how to present ourselves, how to communicate effectively, how to give feedbacks, how to coach somebody. All those skills took some time to acquire, and for you to compete in the future, you need to learn some of those things beforehand.
Exactly. Yes, I can totally agree with you. The and our accounting profession and the communication skill are most and more important. When dealing with
Yeah.
clients and just presentation or these kind of stuff. So the communication
Yeah, I
skill
think
are really
just to
important.
give you, yeah, just to give you a bit of a insight. So the growth here is not possible just with technical skills. If you can't speak, it's very hard that you will be promoted to next level. If you can't speak confidently to clients, because at each level there's an expectation. For example, the manager, there's an expectation that I am the person who can manage everything, the clients in the firm. If I can't do that, there's no way I'm gonna get promoted to the next level. So that's a prerequisite for you to grow as well.
Yeah, I can totally understand and agree with that. My last question is, Prem Kumar from you is, what are your future plans in your field? I mean, कोई बताता नहीं है पर again, just to tell you that what are your वो वाला क्वेश्चन है कि वो बताता है कि इंटरव्यू में कि why do you how do you see how do you see yourself in 5 and 10 years? So I'm asking you,
Yeah.
what are your future plans in your field and how do you hope to make an impact?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. At the same time, it's one of those questions everybody probably lies in their interviews, because nobody really knows, or nobody really understands where they want to be in 5, 10 years. So let me try my best with this. Yeah, I think I started content creation 2 years back for Wikify Data, and I started doing that, and I work from home. It still helps me to do that. I definitely want to grow in the content space, because when I started this, there was I know there are people like you started, for example, and there are few other people started after me in accounting space, podcast space, like in this profession, which is great, of course. But I saw this gap. I wanted to do something in this space, and I got this opportunity to start that. And definitely, there's no way I'm stopping in my content creation space. So that's going to be a big thing for me next 4 or 5 years, and definitely going to build much more on that. And of course, there's nothing tangible right now, but there are a lot of possibilities. in that space, the digital space, there's a lot going on in the digital space, and you can always grow in that space. I think personally in the accounting space for me, I think I'm a person who likes solving problems for people and getting money, of course, in return. So that means always going to stick to some sort of accounting support, some sort of consulting, not being a typical industry person who just has to pass entries or pass, do day-to-day work. Always being a person who likes to play with that technical stuff, the standards, and getting a lot of money against providing advice. And that's what I think my experience is valued in the future, because my experience, my understanding, and my way of solving things gives me an edge against others. And that's probably my it's not just 5 years, 10 years. I think that's probably how I live it and how I see myself in the future.
Okay, Prem Kumar, thank you for your time, and I really appreciate that you just took some time in your busy schedule and just share your thoughts with us, and we're really grateful for that. And I am looking forward to see you again, inshallah. Okay, Prem Kumar.
All right, thank you so much.